For 19 years, this is what John Heaton did, advertising layout work for a local drug company. It was demanding work where deadlines took the place of creativity. And it was, to put it bluntly, a rut. But he probably would have hacked out those toothpaste ads for the rest of his life, except that, unlike most of us, John Heaton was forced out of that rut when the company was sold out from under him. And the result was a dramatic transition from the high-pressure world of the corporate art director to this. Physically, it is a cluttered little world. Nothing as ordered as the one he came from. But here, the once demanding clock does nothing more than beat the rhythm of the passing hours, reminding John Heaton of the time he has instead of the time that's rushing by. Time to get involved in something which he says has tugged at him like a mud puddle tugs at your boots, the subtle and nearly forgotten art of engraving and etching glass. Time to adapt a batik to a pattern that will eventually become the glass door of the Philharmonic's designer's show house. To meticulously add unhasty touches to a mirror etching of Becky Thatcher for Huck Finn's lounge. It took more guts than common sense to surrender to this addiction, says Heaton. There was no logical reason for giving up the proven methods of financial success. And aside from the economic impracticalities, he didn't know anything about glass art when he started and didn't know how to go about finding out. Because glass engraving has been essentially extinct since the 20s. The result is that John taught himself just about everything about the art he knows. He experimented with acid and sandblasting processes, studied textures, elasticity, and other properties of glass. And as he learned, he built his own equipment in hopes of turning his newfound skill into a living. But his apprenticeship was not without its disappointments, and a plate glass engraving of Moses and the burning bush taught him failure is an accepted part of the art.
I'd put in about 40 or 50 hours and was just completing it and making the last final cleanup stroke, and the glass just gave way. It just, it didn't shatter. It was just a hairline crack, and I knew it was broken.
Do you remember your initial remark at that time?
Yes, but I don't think you'd want to hear it at all.
It's ironic that although John is working in a much less forgiving medium today, his patience has only increased. The money is less, but so are his frustrations.
Well, here, it's an entirely different concept. People appreciated the subtlety of etched and engraved glass. And I think it's a subtle art form that kind of reflects a time that goes back around the turn of the century. It reflects a lot of things, a lifestyle and a way of life that just doesn't exist today.
But it does exist today, thanks to John Heaton, just as it did in that unhurried world where it first began. Wendell Anschutz, Place to Place, Kansas City.